Welcome to this explainer. Okay, I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we are gearing up for something truly massive. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is expanding to 48 teams, and it's spanning three huge host nations, the US, Canada, and Mexico. We're talking about a full month of spectacular goals, dramatic knockouts, and global superstars like Mbappe and Messi taking the stage. But with such a historic, sprawling tournament comes a very modern headache for fans, and that's figuring out exactly how to tune in. So today, we're giving you the ultimate playbook. Okay, let's dive into this. Because the question on literally every football fan's mind right now is, can you actually watch all 104 matches of this massive tournament for free? Right now, you might be staring down some incredibly steep cable fees, or maybe expensive new streaming subscriptions, thinking you're going to have to empty your wallet just to catch the action. But I'm here to tell you that you absolutely don't. You can watch the biggest tournament on Earth without paying a single dime in subscription fees, if you know exactly where to look and how to access the right digital feeds. Here's a quick look at our playbook for today. We're going to run through the 2026 Streaming Challenge, map out the free broadcasters, look at how VPNs unblock matches, walk through a step-by-step guide, and finally cover avoiding malicious streaming sites. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the 2026 Streaming Challenge. Between expensive pay TV packages, confusing blackout rules, and honestly, just glitchy regional platforms, just trying to watch a 90-minute football match can feel like a grueling endurance test. A lot of fans assume that paying for a premium service guarantees a premium experience, but let's look at the reality. For example, in India, the official broadcaster Z5 rolled out these paid tiers, promising 4K video and multi-device streaming, but when the tournament kicked off, subscribers faced absolute nightmare scenarios. The platform sneakily reduced the number of screens users could watch on from 3 down to just 1. There were massive broadcast glitches during opening matches, buffering that completely ruined the flow of the game, and worst of all, abrupt cuts to commercials mere seconds after the final whistle blew. Now contrast that with networks like the UK's BBC or Australia's SBS. They offer seamless, uninterrupted, free access to the matches. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we're talking about. This quote is from an actual user on X, reacting to that exact Z5 downgrade I just mentioned. I mean, when you're paying a premium to watch a World Cup, having your access arbitrarily limited, or dealing with a stream that buffers right when a team is attacking the penalty box, it's just unacceptable, right? It perfectly sets up why finding reliable, official, free alternatives isn't just about saving your hard-earned money. It's about actually getting a decent viewing experience, so you can enjoy the beautiful game. Moving right along to Section 2, the free broadcaster map. So, we've mapped out a global target list of your absolute best friends for this tournament. Over in the UK, the BBC's iPlayer and ITVX are sharing the rights, broadcasting matches with superb English commentary for completely free. Down in Australia, the network SBS On Demand is doing the exact same thing. And hey, if you want to experience the sheer unmatched passion of Brazilian football commentary, Cazé TV is streaming matches directly on YouTube. The key takeaway here? These aren't sketchy workarounds. These are massive, official, legal broadcast partners serving their respective regions. But what if you don't really want to tap into international streams at all? Well, if you're in the United States, you still have some fantastic free options. The streaming platform Tubi has actually set up a dedicated World Cup hub. They are offering free live streams of the massive host nation openers. We're talking Mexico versus South Africa in front of a roaring Mexico City crowd, and the U.S. men's national team facing Paraguay in Los Angeles. Plus, Tubi is putting up video-on-demand replays of those matches just 1 to 2 hours after the final whistle. It's an incredibly solid free resource right in your backyard. So the absolutely crucial point here, the magic number to remember, is 104. That is the total number of matches in this new expanded 2026 World Cup format. And networks like Australia's SBS On Demand are broadcasting every single one of those 104 matches live and free. That means from the group stages all the way to the moment the trophy is lifted in the final, you don't have to miss a single second. The coverage is out there, fully free to air. The only question is, how do you actually access an Australian or British broadcast if you're, say, sitting in a hotel room in New York or a cafe in Tokyo? Which brings us perfectly to Section 3, how VPNs unblock matches. So, how do we bridge the gap between traveling fans or those stuck behind local broadcast rules and those glorious, free home country streams we were just talking about? To put it simply, a VPN, or virtual private network, solves this. It's a really straightforward piece of software. You see, streaming services use your IP address to figure out what country you're in. So if you try to open the BBC iPlayer outside the UK, the site spots you and throws up a geo-restriction block. But a VPN creates a secure digital tunnel that sets your device to appear as if it's actually located somewhere else entirely. Connect to a server in London, and suddenly the BBC thinks you're just sitting in a pub in Soho, and you bypass those geographic blocks completely. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how modern VPNs have evolved specifically to handle live sports. We aren't just talking about spoofing your location anymore. Providers like Proton VPN offer features like a VPN accelerator. This can literally boost your connection speeds by up to 400%, which is huge for preventing that dreaded buffering right before a penalty kick. They also offer built-in ad blockers like NetShield to keep your browser running clean. And with split tunneling, you can route your football stream through the VPN on your laptop while using your normal local internet connection on your phone to, say, order a pizza. It's designed to ensure a totally smooth, lag-free match experience. Let's put this into practice with Section 4, your step-by-step guide. I want you to treat this like your tactical football playbook for game day. It really is incredibly simple to execute this digital play. Here are your 4 steps to victory. Step 1, download a trusted premium VPN to your device. Our sources mention great options like Norton or Proton VPN. Step 2, open the VPN and connect to a server in the UK or Australia, depending on whose broadcast you want. Step 3, open the official broadcaster's website or app, like BBC iPlayer or SBS On Demand. Step 4, just register for a free account. Now, a quick pro tip straight from our sources. Some platforms will ask for a local postal code during that free sign-up. So, for example, if you're using Australia's SBS, throwing in an Aussie postcode like 2042 will get you right through the gate. Once you're registered, you just hit play. It literally is that easy. Finally, we need to play a little defense. Section 5, avoiding malicious streaming sites. Look, when people want to watch sports for free, their absolute first instinct is usually just to Google free World Cup streams. But you really need to be aware of malicious domains. These are unofficial, pirate streaming websites that bait you with the promise of free sports. But in reality, they expose your devices to severe security risks. You get hit with aggressive pop-up ads, completely fake download buttons, and potential malware that's tracking your data. And not to mention, the streams on these sites are notoriously unreliable anyway. The absolute last thing you want is your screen freezing or the site getting shut down in the 89th minute of a tied knockout match. No way. It's super important to note here that our sources, including the tech and streaming guides we analyzed for this, place strict disclaimers explicitly advising against illegal piracy. As they put it, consuming pirated content is neither endorsed nor approved. And honestly, from a purely practical standpoint, why would you even risk the malware and the terrible video quality on a sketchy site when you can just use the VPN method we outlined? You get a crisp, legal, official 4K broadcast directly from a legitimate global network. Just stick to the official apps. Use a VPN. It's the smart, secure play for sure. So there you have it, your complete playbook to bypassing the paywalls and watching the 2026 World Cup for free, safely, and seamlessly. Get your VPN set up, register those free accounts ahead of time, and you are going to be ready for a month of pure football magic. The only question left to answer is, which team will you be cheering for when the referee blows that opening whistle? Enjoy the tournament. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.